You know, ladies and gentlemen, it's been the topic of the past year. The past year on Sportswire Radio. You might want to say this might be one of the most highly anticipated debates in history. No, not the presidential debates of yesteryear. No, we're here in New York City. Everyone's talking about the next mayoral debate or if there is one and who there. No, we've got one here, and the very first on Sportswire Radio in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. And you could see the stress that this young lady has because she has a lot to say. And this young man, who has certainly made history in the WVWF as the youngest hybrid champion in history, and the man that was the second youngest one half of a tag team champion in WVWF history, and also a man that also has possession of that women's championship. And these two have been at heads, not only on this platform, but also most especially in the WVWF. And I did see a few weeks ago last where the controversy king really got into the grill of this young lady. And she is going to, let's just say, I'm going to need that bleep button handy. And we're going to get to it. But, usually we do the long intro, but not tonight because this is a debate. This is, you might want to say, are you smarter than a fifth grade version? I'm going to turn it over, and I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it over to you, the controversy king, Wyatt Black, because you have been quite a topic this past week. First with the gentleman of exquisite caliber, Godric Sandwell, and yesterday the team of cease and desist. So I'm going to turn it over to you, the controversy king, and start this off here and this debate between you and Miss Courtney Wood.
Okay, so
what the hell, Tom?
Before you know what, Courtney, give me my time. Let me have my time, okay? Before we get into the fun stuff of tonight, I just wanted to be a nice guy for once. I know, Courtney, so shocking. But I wanted to thank everybody who is on the feed. I know it's pretty late, but we're doing it. So, these past couple months, Courtney's been talking about how, she's a historian and she knows so much and she has a degree and yada, yada, yada. But we're going to test that degree out today. 3 degrees. 3? Is it 3?
3. I have 3 degrees.
Okay. We're going to test those degrees out today with a little game of, are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Well, I mean, I guess Courtney should have the upper hand because of that factor of the degrees, which between me and you, Wyatt Black, we would still not have as many degrees as Courtney. So, I mean, obviously we can kick this off because we don't even know the questions beforehand. We're going live.
You all realize that I'm qualified to teach 5th grade, right?
Yeah, I mean, you are smarter than a 5th grader and you are smarter than the average Joe for sure.
And most importantly, you don't have Aaron James here to protect you.
Well, cease and desist did bring that up yesterday. That's a good point.
You know this, right?
I think I can hold my own without Aaron James right now. But
as a historian, I know that's not true, but go on.
You know what, Courtney? Give me a break, okay? So, I'm going to give you a choice because I'm a nice man. So either 1 or 2. Pick 1 or 2.
2.
2, okay. So we're starting here with 1st grade. All right, we got math, science, English, social studies, or geography. Which one do you want to do?
English.
Okay. In the alphabet, what letter comes after Q?
R.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
may or may not.
I hate questions like that because they're so obvious. They make you feel stupid until you get the answer.
Well, I'm assuming for our audience, this will be a setup for something more complicated, right? I would imagine.
Yeah, you go through the grades.
Yeah. Well, we'll continue. We'll continue.
So, the 2nd grade, okay? Math, science, social studies, or geography?
Math.
Okay.
This is where I lose.
What is the value of a dime?
10 cents.
Yes.
um,
Um,
I gotta bring the sound machines out.
sound machine, Courtney.
All right.
Okay, we're down to third grade. So math, science, English, social studies, geography.
Social studies.
Who wrote the U.S. Constitution?
Thomas Jefferson.
That's right, but they have someone else down. They have James Madison.
But I think if she got one of the names right,
Yeah.
so we're gonna give her this.
I feel like that. I'll give that. You know what? I'm gonna be generous today, Courtney. I'll give you that one.
Generous. He was one of the names that wrote the Constitution, so theoretically, she got it right.
Fair enough. What my answer key says.
Okay.
Now we're to fourth grade. We're getting down to the wire. Okay.
Oh boy.
It's the math, science, English, social studies, or geography.
I guess social studies again.
Who was the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean?
Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, that one's kind of easy. Okay, we're down to the final one. Courtney has gotten to fifth grade. I'm kind of.
I'll tell you what, Courtney's been nailing him out of the park. I mean, I thought this would be a little bit more intense drama, but you are the controversy king, so give us something here.
So, okay, these ones are easy. Not gonna lie. So, math, science, English, social studies, or geography.
I'm just gonna go with social studies again.
Oh,
There's no way I can do math. It's just not gonna happen.
What is the ancient civilization that built the pyramids?
The Egyptians?
Yeah. Dang. All right, I got a bonus one. I got a bonus question. How many stripes are on the American flag?
13.
Yes. Damn it.
What do they represent, Wyatt Black?
The original 13.
Very good.
Well, you know, Wyatt Black, you have definitely.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm very proud of you for knowing that. Good job.
Yeah, I was expecting you to say something else. You're proud of Wyatt Black. Boy, this was not the advertised show tonight, I guess.
No, it wasn't. We're being generous today, Tom.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but wow, Courtney hit him out of the park, and maybe she has more degrees than she lets on. Is that possible? Can you get more degrees than you have? Right? Can you get more?
I can, but if I did, I would be even more obnoxious about it.
Well, we wouldn't see you in the Richardson building at Parkersburg, West Virginia, because you'd be even more important, right?
It's true. Like, I'm already pretty intolerable at a master's. Like, you don't want me at a doctorate. Like, there's just no talking to me at that point.
Well, you know what? We want you to talk here to Wyatt Black tonight, so we're glad that's the case. So, I mean, Wyatt, that was quite a journey with Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And I think it was better than what the Indie Vision podcast guys had done previously. Names that I don't even know, do they still do the podcast? But nevertheless, this was definitely a strong version here.
Shots fired. Anyways.
Not really. It was just more like they haven't done it in a while and you did yours. So
well, that's just because Wyatt can actually read and still has all of his teeth.
You know what? That's exactly why that I went to the dentist and got my left side and my right side fixed.
Good job.
Yeah, but yes, Wyatt. So that's the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I have another one if we want to do that one.
Yeah, well, you know, because I think our audience is actually watching this closely. So this was supposed to be more of an advertised game. So what do you got? Let's do it.
Okay, you want to do it? Okay, hold on. Let me get to the.
Well,
and, by the way, I do want to give. By the way, I do because you asked before we went on the air. Our friend Jade, who's in the chat, her friend, he is out of a coma, but not in school yet. So just want to say everybody, because her friend unfortunately got into a car accident yesterday. We showed the video of it, and definitely thoughts and prayers go out to her classmates, and the young man that was in this horrific car accident, which is what I did say on yesterday's show. Wyatt, I know you're still in school, but I really believe that people should not be driving under the age of 18. So just saying. But nevertheless, he is doing better. But thank you for letting us know, Jake.
That's a great update. That was a horrible story to hear.
Oh my God, it was horrific. It was just, I mean, to hear a car accident, I mean, those are things that you really don't. There was a famous one here. I don't even want to talk about it where I live, and horrific story. But I've seen many car accidents at time. But Wyatt, what do you have in store for us? Hopefully, you'll give us something more better.
To lighten the mood, to lighten the mood a little bit, we're going to go into our second round of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And then this round, we're going to make it a little harder for Courtney because I saw a trend. We are not able to choose social studies questions.
Damn it.
So you're going to have to come out of your comfort zone.
Oh, okay. Well, what do you got for us here, Mr. Game Black?
So for first grade, we have math, science, English, and geography.
Geography is social studies, right?
Well, technically, they're different because geography, you're talking about maybe land, territory, at least.
Geography is a social study. Social studies is history, world history, geography, economics, civics, and psychology.
Now, do they even teach that in school these days? Maybe Wyatt's learning more here on this platform by figuring out these questions and answers. But
I mean,
he always learns when I talk. Whether
I learn every day with you on this platform. Listen, that's why we love having you on here, and I compare you to Dave Meltzer, but and Wade Keller. But speaking of Wade Keller and Dave Meltzer, Wyatt Black, what do you have for us?
So math, science, English, or geography. I'm giving you geography because it's on here as a different subject. So,
and the chat will also. Hubie Jenkins wants to say, Mr. Tuna Dog Lover himself says that he works at a level 1 trauma center and he sees way too much car and motorcycle accidents. Boy, we're definitely not going to bring up then Vince Neil of Motley Crue, who certainly big burn there. Yeah, big burn, because we had on Lorraine Lewis, who's friends with Vince Neil's ex-wife, Charisse Neal. So I could throw that one in there for my friend Lorraine Lewis, who really is not a big Vince Neil fan for obvious reasons. But we'll move on here. We'll shout out the devil a little bit more here with Dr. Feelgood himself, Wyatt Black.
Okay. So what are we picking, Courtney?
You know what? I feel like you really want to embarrass me.
You know what?
So I'm going to give you the opportunity, and I'm going to say math because that's my worst subject.
And you know what? And a bonus for our chat for the next one, I would love to see what our chat wants to pick. But go ahead. Let's go with what Courtney just said.
So, for math, what is 10 minus 4?
6.
Yeah. That is correct. You
know what? Why don't we just keep going with the math questions, and we'll see how long it takes for me to fail.
Okay. So for our second one, what is half of 20?
10.
That is correct. This one you are not getting. You are not getting this one. Are you sure you want to keep going with math?
Well, we don't know what
I feel like that's going to be more entertaining, so let's just go.
What is the perimeter of a rectangle that's 4 inches long and 3 inches wide?
The perimeter of a rectangle that's
4 inches long and 3 inches wide.
And if you're in this chat, Google the answer for us because you might get it sooner than we do.
You can
14?
Yeah, it is 14.
Yeah, you add up all of the sides.
Wow, Courtney, I mean, were you just basically, I guess, Courtney, maybe you were testing our audience and you just knew it all along.
Okay, what is the great...
As long as it wasn't that Common Core bullshit. Sorry.
Oh my God! No. You
Sorry.
can say that on Sportswire. You can say that. We're letting that one pass. Go ahead.
What is the greatest common factor of 12 and 18?
The greatest common factor of 12 and 18.
Yeah, I don't know.
3. Wait. Yeah. 3.
You are wrong.
Damn.
It is 6.
Wait, hold on. 12 and 18?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Go ahead, tell me.
It's 6.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, for the bonus question, I'm going to open this up for anyone.
Yeah, there's people in the chat. Some people are confused. Some people are saying get to the punchline. But if they want a topic that they would like to test, and then eventually we will move on because there is, I'm sure Courtney will definitely take the gloves off shortly on this. But if anybody wants to pick a topic, they can. Or what's the score? So has Courtney passed yet?
If you have questions to ask us, I am.
Well, let me get to the chat first.
Sure.
We'll click
See,
the chat.
that's why I wanted to start off with this, because that would give people time to ask questions, because
We can do that.
I think that would be interesting.
Well, I mean, if you're in the chat, if there's a question that you want us to ask or have answered, you can do that now. And while you have a few minutes, let me get to some people. Hubie said he's a biology major. Boy, you just never know what you get in the wrestling world. Also, I'm scared for November 15th. I cried. Okay, I got that. That's, a different topic. Thank you for that, though. Who else? Let's get to the very beginning. Zilla's here first. Thank you, Zilla. Zilla is here. Our friend Jade is also here first. Well, she was first. Zilla was second. Who else we have here? The IMF champion Omen Black compares you to Danny McBride, but he's obviously getting the crowd warmed up for more questions. Wyatt Black sucks, and we love you, Courtney. Obviously, tough crowd for you, Wyatt, so far. And Wyatt is holding possession of the women's championship, but he heard Hype Man Dan Lasers last night on Sportswire, because you do know that the Hype Man Dan Lasers called you the drama queen, Wyatt Black, but I kept trying to remind him you're the controversy king, not the drama queen.
Put respect on my name.
You should talk to Hype Man Dan Lasers about that. Hype Man Dan Lasers started that because he kept referring to you as the drama queen.
It's because he's mad that I beat him. And
he did bring that up, but he also was happy to bring up that his tag team partner pinned Aaron James, the WWF champion. And Omen would like to say hello to Courtney. He does not have yet nothing to say to Wyatt Black, but we'll see. The legendary James Taylor is in the house, and he wanted to say hello. How you doing, James? How's everybody doing? And let's move on from the BS games. Well, the chat's going to get involved, and we'll see more games. But Courtney seems to be doing well. And to quote, I'm surprised you didn't have Welcome to the Jungle in there, because there ain't no fun in games when we're here on Sportswire. I'm waiting for 9th grade because I'm in the 9th grade. I don't know if they did Are You Smarter Than a 9th grade version, but maybe Wyatt Black, are you in the 9th grade? What grade are you in again?
I'm a senior. I'm in 12th.
Oh, I kept thinking you were in the 9th grade. I forgot. Sorry about that. Not much. Okay, who else we've got here? James Taylor is vibing off this games. I'm glad we're vibing off it. Thank you, James, for your support. I appreciate you. Hubie's left side is okay, and his right side needs a little work. Well, that's basically my story, but I'm sticking to it. Hubie's praying. Yes, we're praying for Jade's friend. Skulls is back in the house saying good evening. He did have one game that people should play. $200 for military history. Do we have military history in this game?
No.
We don't? Well, then no $200. But also, what else we have here? Oh, Napalm. Speaking of people that would know a thing or two about history, Napalm is here, the LBYW Interstate Champion. And also, you have been told, why do you want a girls' championship for $500?
I am not in possession of the women's title anymore. They
Okay.
took it back. And
Good.
I'm not
Well, obviously, more questions here.
I have
Elizabeth is a junior. You're a senior. Okay. Hello to Napalm. Hello to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, because no, that's not true. Okay. If anybody else wants to chime in, if not, I mean, Wyatt, that's not true. I mean, I could show some footage of other things you've done, but maybe, I suppose, we should move on unless you have something else you want to address there, Mr. Wyatt.
So, Courtney, we did advertise this as a debate, and we did advertise this as the debate of the ages, but we haven't
Yes.
debated thing. So
No.
what if the good Tom Bryce comes up with our topic, and we come up with a little mini spar debate here?
So I think the topic that a lot of people would want to hear about you, it's been a year of this back and forth where, Wyatt, sometimes you have disrespected your elders. Other times you've certainly gone into the draw. And I think really, I would like Courtney to get off her chest everything that she's been holding in for the past year. And that's the way we start our debate. And you can go piggyback off that. And you can give your response and your retort, because I think Courtney has waited patiently here in these games, these antics, and 21 minutes in, I could see her looking at me. She's been very upset. We're even on this screen. She's had to deal with the likes of William Renee on this platform. She's had to deal with the question after question that's been on here. And I'm going to let you, Courtney, get off your chest everything for the past year. Like any debate, you've got to start with an introduction, and you have that opportunity now, Miss Wood.
Platform for that, I don't think. There's gonna be a lot of censors here.
I got the beat button right in front of me.
I've been pretty good so far. And before I get into this, I just want to say to William Renee for losing the championship like I told you he would.
Wow.
Guys,
he was dunked on literally yesterday. He was dunked. Aaron Judo Jones was here yesterday and dunked on him.
Yep.
By the way, a man you pinned, Wyatt Black. A man that you pinned.
By me.
Find me. Well, Day James, another man you've pinned. Another man you've pinned. Actually, what a great debate, because Wyatt, remember when you were on here last and you thought maybe you should get that match with Lee Moriarty? Maybe you should get that opportunity that Day has been waiting. So maybe we should debate, should Wyatt Black get that match against Lee Moriarty?
Wait a minute. Shouldn't Chris Phoenix get a World Heavyweight Championship match against Aaron James?
That's a great point, too, because the last show we had the WWF, the Rarebird pinned the world champion, Aaron James, for the first pin he's had taken in I think, months, almost the entire year.
Since James Enoch, he has not been pinned.
There you go.
Right. And because of you, he lost the title.
It was
because you could not hold up your end of the bargain. It was practically a handicap match.
I was not in the match.
Exactly. Okay. And that's why Aaron James lost.
That was a booking mistake, okay?
Booking mistake? You can't say it's a booking mistake.
You were too busy bullying Riku. And now Aaron James lost the championship.
I have a ball in my elbow now because of Riku St. Helen, okay? My elbow.
You throw it down the flight of stairs.
You know what?
And you want people to feel bad for you?
You know what? She deserved it.
Well, it's been 8 months on and off between you and Riku St. Helen. And there have certainly been...
our 1 year anniversary of the forming of the rebellion happened like a couple days ago. It was the 19th, I think.
Yeah.
You know what was deserved? Carl laying you out on your ass. That was deserved.
You know what? Carl wasn't going to do anything to me anymore. We got him handled.
You got him handled?
Yeah.
Now but you're gonna be busy, I hear, next weekend. I hear you're busy this coming weekend, because we talked about that with the cease and desist guys that certainly had plenty to say about you, sir, yesterday. That is the rare bird, the aforementioned Chris Phoenix, and hype man Dan Lasers, a man that you pinned because you're going to be busy next weekend. Well, the draw versus cease and desist and Nate Steele.
And with that match, I just want to point out, I don't understand why Chris Phoenix and Dan Lasers don't stop trying. I mean, we've beaten them many of times.
But they just beat you guys, though, not once but twice, back to back.
Us to retain the tag titles that they would, I don't know, go to other things. But they didn't. See, that's the thing. They didn't do that. So, I mean, what are we supposed to do? And then you have Nate, who won the Mountain State title, 2-3 shows ago? And, I say publicly, congratulations, Nate. Congratulations. Because I heard you, I want you to polish that Mountain State title up I want you to real good. Tony Sane is going to take it off of your scrawny little waist in the upcoming months. And that guaranteed promise.
Wait. You mean to tell me, Wyatt Black, I just want to make sure that the audience hears this, that you're guaranteeing that Tony Sane is going to, let's say, draw up a play that's going to give him the Mountain State Championship. Is that what you're saying? You're guaranteeing that, sir?
Yeah. The Outlaw is going to be, may I say?
I didn't hear the last part. I think you got cut off there. What was your last part?
Internet sucks. Okay, I'm going to say one more.
Yeah, he's got that AMPO Wi-Fi.
Well, that is certainly Burger King. Like, definitely, you want fries with that? Yeah. Hopefully, definitely have it your way, Wyatt Black.
I just don't understand why this kid is talking stuff on Nate Steele when he's accomplished more than you ever did, winning a singles championship.
Maybe he has, but let's compare careers here. Nate Steele has 10 years to get to the singles title picture. Nate Steele has done so much, but every time that he's done, quote unquote, so much, whose shadow has he been in? Let me hear it. Aaron James. And without Aaron James, I don't feel like Nate Steele would have won the tag titles. And
you realize that's all applies to you too, right?
No. I feel like it was Tony Sane help us with tag titles at all. I think
You're the one hiding behind Aaron James.
No.
You're the only reason you held championship gold in WWF is because of Aaron James.
And we saw what happened when you were in a match with Dave Jameson and where the work was done and you came in and got a victory. And that's kind of been the body of work that you've had, the Controversy King, is that your run, sure, you certainly had some moments, but most of it's been, riding the coattails of those around you, some would say. What would be your response to that?
I think, as I'm getting up there, I have been doing this for a year and a half. Made more progress, more of a reign, more accomplishments than Nate Steele, Chris Phoenix, and Dan Lasers combined.
Whoa. The Dan Lasers, I know you've pinned, but Dan Lasers also holds gold somewhere else. And he's had some matches against some big, figuratively and literally heavy hitters. So, I mean, you may say you've done more than all of them combined, but I think that their body of work is certainly respectful in their own right. Don't you agree?
Hold on. Let's make a list. You want to that Wyatt Black has beaten over his career?
Let's do it. And the Burger King Wi-Fi 1, the Controversy King Wyatt Black 0, because we're having a little trouble hearing you. By the way,
the technology
and the enforcer of Sportswire Radio has come up with a topic for 500. You want controversy? Burger King has the best fries in the game right now. The worst Wi-Fi, but the best fries. Are you right now having it your way, Wyatt Black, with some Burger King fries and bad Wi-Fi?
I am not putting the fries in the bag. Okay, listen. Listen to me, okay? We are going to do a list here, okay, of the people that Wyatt Black has beaten. We have Wildcat.
I can get a Post-it note so we can write this down accurately.
The historical 2016 version of the list, where we're getting the long chalkboard with the big paper on it and writing things down. Okay, so give us the list.
So we got Wyatt, we got Wildcat, right? And then we got Riku St.
An old man.
We got Riku St. Helen. And then
girl.
We have James Enoch. May have had his foot on the rope, but I still technically beat him. Taylor still technically beat him. We have Tony Sane. Who else?
A rookie.
Aaron Judo Jones.
Judo Jones. We have the Monopoly guy, Hoffman Monopoly, that we shall not name ever on this platform anymore. Beat him.
How about Damian Abel, by the way? You technically hold a victory.
Jones.
A disqualification victory.
I beat Soda Pop Jones.
That's your argument?
The greatest part.
I tell you what, I will give anybody in the chat $500 right now if they can tell me who Soda Pop Jones is.
Courtney's playing with my money.
Let's have Novak in the chat.
And also, one more victory that you didn't bring up, Wyatt Black, which I could do for you, was just find me. Day Jameson.
Yeah,
you want to?
Can you stop talking about that, please?
Well, it's controversy. He's the controversy king.
My thing. Day talks about he's won so many titles and he's done this and he's done that.
He has 3 championships.
Here's the thing that I've noticed. Day has all the gold. Day has all the Where is Ampo's success? The only titles I see Ampo holding are the tag titles.
Well, he is too. But I would say to that, Ampo holds the tag team championship with the Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots World Champion right now in the Banana Man Lestat. I would certainly not go down the kaiju of the squared circle that road with Ampo, because I saw Ampo on Instagram yesterday, and you thought Ampo was mad with his Burger King Wi-Fi here on Sportswire. You should have watched him on Instagram. He was dropping bars that made Dave Jameson's famous Facebook Live look like, I don't know, Disneyland or Disney on Ice coming up.
Is he talks about so good. He's the best wrestler of all time. But it seems like without the collective, Ampo cannot get it done in singles competition.
But you know what? I like you, Wyatt Black, and for the audience, you are coming back next Friday with the draw. I'm going to announce that here. But Ampo has been suspended in certain places. That's because of one William Renee. I mean, so we don't know. Could Ampo may have had gold already in other promotions? He was suspended because they knew if he would come into that promotion, the damage that he would lay, I don't just his opponents, but everybody else around them. Almost for the safety of those, especially a worldwide William Renee, who famously compared himself to Kobe Bryant, but instead has turned into basically the version of Baby Jordan, Harold Miner, or Isaiah J.R. Ryder, who in the ESPN famous 30 for 30 went to jail, part of the Portland Jailblazers.
Maybe say Terry Rozier.
You know what? And Chauncey Billups. Yeah, Mr. Who do you think you are? Mr. Big Stuff with the Mob. Yeah. I mean, that's what William Renee could be turning into.
No, I want to say something real quick about that.
Yes.
I'm going to choose my words wisely because this could get a little real. But that is what happens in that company. Whenever there's a real threat, they play politics, which is why Aaron James was also suspended when he had a chance to become champion there. That is what they do. William Renee's a coward.
See, the thing is with cheap shots, they talk about they're on an upright.
He said it. I didn't.
They're on the
upright. No, you know what? And let's just say that you call a spade, and there's that point, and Aaron Judo Jones had a few things to say yesterday on there about that.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. Oh, I love Judo Jones, but I have to call bullshit on him. There's no way Stefan Devereaux ever paid him anything. Stefan Devereaux's never paid anybody anything.
The Kung Fu Fighting didn't give it away.
Dude, I can't with you, Tom. Today you're on one.
No, I'm just, I was just stealing some of Courtney's notes. No, just kidding.
No, so I think, with Cheap Shots is they talk about they're having the best roster and they're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. But here, who has not been on Cheap Shots?
A controversy king that has pinned Jay Jameson and Hype Man Dan Lasers and Wildcat and Riku St. Helen.
You know who is
and Aaron Judo Jones?
You know who is legally able to wrestle in the state of Ohio in the next 24 days?
Well, we're going to celebrate that on November 20th. That's a great segue.
This guy. So Cheap Shots. If you want the controversy king, if you want the best in this business to come on your platform, I'm just saying, I'll beat Mr. Worldwide. I'll beat Banana Man. I'll take on anybody.
You should take on the Street Stompers. You should take on either Thomas Taft, Mr. T3, my friend.
Bring them all.
Yes.
You know what? That's a great.
Take on the Street Stompers.
Hear this because the Street Stompers are coming back, and let's get to some more comments because the chat's getting fired up right now. The enforcer of Sportswire Radio, Ox McCoy, wanted to say, didn't Kobe die in a helicopter crash? Yes, he died a month before COVID. Yes, and William Renee had compared himself to Kobe Bryant. And then he forgot that a few short weeks later, he lost his world championship, and instead of being compared,
just like Kobe's gonna crash and burn.
Well, you said that, not me. I wouldn't have gone that far. But if you want to compare, William Renee to the likes of Chauncey, who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff, playing with the mob, and Terry Rozier, by all means, you can do that. Speaking of people that are here for you, though, Wyatt Black, and you know that they had to, because it wouldn't be a show without Daniel Tafua!
You know what? Hold on. Can we take a minute? Can we take a minute to talk about Tafua? This man.
My step Samoan.
This man has abused me. Okay.
Whoa.
2 spears for no reason. I wasn't even in that lumberjack match. They threw me in the ring and I got speared in half. I still can't find my gallbladder. It's so bad that my gallbladder isn't even there anymore.
Maybe it's like your Wi-Fi.
I can't get a break here.
Well, you said it would be a debate, but yeah, Mr. Tafua definitely, he's upset. He's upset at a lot of people. He's upset at Phoebe Harper and this weird dynamic with Godric Sandwell and he's upset at James Enoch, and he's upset at a lot of things, Daniel. Tafua! He's coming for you, Wi-Fi.
I hope he somehow goes against Enoch again and gets the hybrid title, because we all know he deserves another shot. But
that's a good point. But
yeah. I never technically got a rematch for that hybrid title after I won it for 3 minutes.
You never won that title.
Champion in history.
So
you never held that title.
I did, Courtney.
Tom, why are you lying to children?
Well, no. He
why
said.
Why are you lying to children right now?
He said in 24 days from now he won't be a minor anymore.
I won't. I will be a legal adult, Courtney.
Well, stop telling people that. That's how you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Well, you know what? That is certainly could be from the Chemical Valley Gunslinger. Jade, I don't know if Parsley reference. I don't know if you're compared to Justin Parsley. Comatose is here. How you doing, Comatose? Comatose will be here Monday. He wanted to stop by and say hello, and I'm looking forward to seeing Comatose. And Daniel Tafua said to you, Wyatt Black, take me on.
Okay. When, where, and how? I will show up.
Did you know he could show up even here on Sportswire in red and just go, Daniel Tafua! And then you have to go back and hide under the covers, right?
I will show up to Cheap Shots. I will show up to, where else does he go? Where else does he go? SCW.
Well, he's the USWA Universal Champion, first of all.
Had a show in a while, so I don't know if I can go.
He doesn't need to have one. He's a fighting champion. He's a traveling champion. In the spirit of the likes of the Nature Boy, woo! Ric Flair. In the likes of some of the great, Kenny Omega was the belt collector during COVID. I mean, he's in the spirit of those great traveling champions yesterday and today, and that's what Daniel Tafua does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but see, Tafua, here's the thing. I think that if I take that weird little skull that you have that like talks to you.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to go there. You don't want to
like I talk to it.
Did you not see what happened to Godric Stanwell?
Maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe I can get the powers that Tafua has.
No, you don't want to do that. No, listen.
There's not enough protein powder in the world.
Call up Aaron James right now to make sure that you have, supervision.
Hold on. Maybe we can call me Wyatt Tafua.
No, I wouldn't go there. That way, Tafua. I've seen Tafua take on guys even bigger than him. If I were you, with that whole red thing that he shows up in and all his riddles and it almost makes me think of ghosts and goblins in Gotham every time I see Daniel Tafua. I mean, he is definitely somebody that we'll get to some more comments for. Yes, thank you, Comatose. And just like Kobe, this kid. Yeah, Omen Black had messaged me that he had said you need to move on to more comments. And thank you for the man that runs the platform. Are you scared of me, Wyatt? Because I speared you twice and broke you in half.
Bro, you speared me so bad that it took my father's gallbladder out.
Well,
you speared me so bad it went to the other bloodline.
Well, kids, don't try this at home. That's all I could say. Hopefully your parents signed the permission slip to go back out to the WVWF. Yeah, definitely leave Kobe alone. Yeah, definitely. The man is no longer with us. Leave him alone.
I'm taking a joke.
Yes, we know. Look at that mop on his head. Holy
Where's your hair? Where is his hair? He doesn't have hair.
No. He. This is a man that reigns in blood, drinks in blood, sends his messages in blood. He's the real, not the ketchup packets, not the artwork you used to see in kindergarten. No, that's really him all day, every day. That's really what he looks like. So I would just say,
you know what else he has, Wyatt? A beard.
You know
he has a beard. Not that you would know anything about that.
It's growing. It's growing out. I'm growing it out. I promise.
So by the time you watch the 40-year-old virgin, you'll become the 40-year-old virgin and then have the facial hair.
You know what? You don't know what I do in my personal life, Tom.
You know what? That's why we're going to move on to the next comments here. He's looking like, yeah, we're not going to go there. Thank you for that. I know what the reference is. Are any of you guys? No one's going up against. She's a big Justin Parsley fan. Hopefully you don't show up with a different shirt. Yeah, interesting show tonight. You can't control the power of my mask. Yeah, and you've had your own issues in the past with things, and you've said, and I know we've drawn away from that, but this is someone that you're going to see on here in the next week or so. Just saying.
Since we're talking about masks, I have my own Tafua. I have my own mask. In the honor of the great Aaron not Aaron James. Guys, that's the wrong name.
But he is great. Aaron James is great.
But not for having a mask there.
I was talking about Ryan James. I'm sorry.
That's because he's too handsome to cover
Ryan James and God rest his soul. I have been bald longer than I've had. So that means that he's been bald longer than you've been alive. You do realize that he has been bald longer than you've been alive.
Damn.
Can I just say how excited I am for this kid to turn 18? He's going to walk into the Richardson building and there's going to be a conga line of people just ready to punch him in the face.
Well, we're going to have Josh Jade with a tall
conga. Conga.
Yeah, he'll punch you in the face and then he'll fall to the ground.
He'll punch me and drink and start drinking a tall boy in the process.
So maybe you shouldn't show up after you turn 18 to the Richardson building.
Maybe, but you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to still do it. I'm going to still show up. I'm going to do what I do, because I heard, not to put some drama into the WVWF, but I heard there's the making of a new title, maybe.
So are you meaning to say that you'll become the holder of that title and then the youngest title holder of that?
No, I don't know any details of this title. I just know that that's all I know. Maybe next week we'll be able to get some details from Aaron James.
Well, the draw is supposed to be here on Halloween. What a way to trick or treat.
Halloween.
Now, why? I think our audience would like to know. Are you going to trick or treat this year? Are you going to dress up in anything, or is that the costume you're going to be showing up in on Halloween?
Tom, you should have just asked me if I'm a virgin at this point, because literally, I trick or treat?
Yeah, I think our chat would like to know.
I'm a grown man. A grown
Well, not for 24 days.
Okay, but I'm still a grown man, okay? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy me a bag of candy, all right? I'm going to put it in a bowl, and I'm going to watch.
No, you don't want to have the bowl of candy because, you know, your teeth, you'll have to go to the dentist. You don't want to get rotted teeth.
Rotted, Tom.
And I meant to say, you know, for our enforcer, Wyatt Black is 12, so that's why we meant to say that Ox has only been bald as long as Wyatt's been, because Wyatt's 12, because really what he's telling us is that he's not turning 18 until 240,000 days from now. But Comatose says that he is still dressing up for Halloween, and he still goes out there and does it, and it'll be next Friday. And he also wants to. It is a blessing to have facial hair. I would know nothing about that. We know nothing about it. But I mean, certainly for you, Wyatt Black, you'll be here on Friday on Halloween with the draw with Tony Sane, the outlaw Tony Sane, and Aaron James, and maybe you'll have an even more friendlier time, I guess, than you've had tonight.
You know what, Tom? The thing I've noticed with tonight is, you know, we've talked. We haven't really heard much from Courtney. I also just want to add something, and you know, because we advertised there as a debate, I want to bring a little bit of a question into it, just to make it a little fun.
Sure.
Debate. Okay, so Courtney, here is my question. Well, I guess since it's a debate, it has to be a statement, right?
Well, that would you'd have a statement toward the end of the debate, but debates you can ask your opponent a question and they can retort, and then they get the opportunity to ask you a question. So we can go in that format.
What do you want to know, Junior?
In your opinion, Courtney, in your historian, journalism, whatever the frick you have, opinion, okay? Who is the best WV, WF, WE, WA, whatever letter we were at the time, wrestler of all time?
Aaron James.
What about Phoebe Harper?
She's getting there.
Bro, you just sound like my dad. Okay.
I guess that would be something I would just.
Okay, so what is the best WWF wrestler?
Who's what?
So why do you think Aaron James is the best WWF wrestler?
He's the longest reigning heavyweight champion in history, isn't he?
He's the longest one that matters.
There we go.
I mean, if you ask the Monopoly guy, he held the title for like 500 years or something.
Well, you know, Monopoly is a great game, but we're not playing Monopoly as a part of tonight's show, so I wouldn't know what you're talking about.
I mean, let's look at all of the things he was able to accomplish. An amazing title reign. He brought in Tony Sane, who is amazing. He was able to make your useless self a champion. Like, he's so magnanimous. Like, everything around him just gets better. And
remember who beat Tony Sane in his first match?
His first match. You're bragging about beating somebody in their first match.
You could make the argument that you guys are in a group together, and Mr. Sane, if he's hearing this, maybe that would make him think, why is Wyatt Black talking about pinning me?
No, do you see why he has no friends, Tom?
Me pinning, no.
Are you seeing why no one likes him?
It makes him better.
Well, I mean, listen, Dave Jameson basically said when he was here a few weeks ago, just don't do it. Just basically don't bring you up and don't do it. Because we saw how he treated Phoebe Harper afterwards. And I think we don't want to have Dave Jameson turn into that magical Facebook Live we did once upon a time on a certain someone that shall not be named anywhere. But we don't want to go there. But, you know.
Pass it.
Damn.
And
I'm just gonna ask this one more time. Look at how rude he's being to like one of the two people that talked to him.
I would say that
Like,
would be, you got to respect your elders, Wyatt. You got
I
to
do
respect your
respect
elders.
my elders. See, I respect my elders. Dude, I beat Wildcat because I knew he needed to retire. I pinned him because I knew he needed it. I did him a favor, and he still does the stuff. He's still
but he
wrestling.
was retired for like what, a day?
A show. That's not my
Please
fault.
come back.
Fucking Mr. Caveman decided, Ooga Boonga, I'm gonna wrestle. And he Oonga Boonga'd his way to a loss like 5 times against Brock Hudson.
And you are being compared by Comatose to a guy named Anthony Steele, but I wouldn't go there. I would not go there, Wyatt Black. I for your sake and our sake, because then we will really have.
You know what's a good thing though? My finisher, my
Yes.
my breaker knee smash. I call it the knee of glory. Okay.
Yes.
I just want to say it's a lot better than a certain wrestler in the state of West Virginia that the first letter is L, last letter of his last name is T, or first letter of his last name is T, and he basically, what he does, just so you guys know, he grabs it, he straightens his body up, and then he flings himself forward with his noggin, okay, and then he hits the dude in the chest, and then you know what he does? He doesn't sell it. He doesn't act like he just hit someone with his head. He gets right back up and pins the guy.
People that haven't been here in a while are I have to read their comments, Wyatt Black, because maybe Courtney's winning this debate by just not even saying anything. The psychotic freak wants to say that Wyatt sounds like a whiner. Wyatt the whiner Black. That's what I guess you're being compared to, Wyatt the whiner Black. And you're being compared to a man in his company that was here on Sunday, the Wilster. And hello to the psychotic freak who'll be here next Monday night. Thank you for that. Are 14-year-olds allowed to trick or treat? Go straight, do jail, pass go, do not collect $200. I'm not sure if that's to the 14-year-old reference, but I guess with parental supervision, you can trick or treat. What do I know? My in-laws are giving out full-size candy bars if anyone happens to be in Indianola, Iowa. Wow, full-size candy bars. Boy,
You know what?
I would go.
need parental, and if you go to his house, Wyatt, you will definitely need parental,
I'm
supervision.
gonna revoke everything I said. You're a cool guy. You're a cool guy.
Oh,
Male,
yeah,
That
he is a
might be
cool
the
guy.
smartest
And,
thing you've ever said.
we accept trick-or-treaters of all ages in our neighborhood. We are all kids at Halloween over there. Oh no, I could see that. There ain't nothing wrong with you. Okay, thank you for that. Who else we have here? Hey, I like Anthony Steele. Can't say I like Wyatt Black. Well,
you don't even know me.
well, they're finding you out
That's
tonight.
how unlikable you are.
Well, I
How
wonder
many
if Tony
people
Sanders
have
likes
to tell you you're terrible before you get it?
The only people I've heard that told me that I'm terrible is you and Josh Jade, and I don't feel like someone who is also terrible can tell somebody else that they're terrible. It really
It's way more than us.
Speaking of Josh Jade, I just want to add that you should make an article about me, okay? Not some Irishman who drinks on his day off and on his day that he goes to work. And
if he's legally allowed to drink,
What would I talk about?
Not on the job.
But if he's drinking at home, there's nothing wrong with that legally. What would you be? Have you have any discrimination or any? I guess maybe you are a straight edge. Is that what you? Well, you should be a straight edge because you're underage. I mean, you don't drink ever. Trust me.
Oh, I'm straight edge.
Yes, as straight as your hair on your head, the bird patch you have.
Listen.
What would your biography say? I won a title because of Aaron James and never held the hybrid title.
That would be a great point. So
I just wrote it. You're welcome.
The
Wyatt Black story. Never won the hybrid championship.
Comatose hates your Sherpa because Comatose is also the king of the West, and you're the controversy king.
That's controversy king right here.
He's the king of the West, and that's why he's mad. Because a lot of your peers are watching this, and they're certainly having. But that's a good point. Courtney gives the opportunity to ask you, what would the biography of the controversy king Wyatt Black? What would it say? And would people agree?
I literally just wrote it.
You know, I can give you the first excerpt, okay, of this story, of this amazing biography. It's gonna be a best time seller. It's gonna be on
Pulitzer Prize winner, right?
the whatever the New York reward is. I don't
The
even
New
know.
York Times, New York Times bestseller.
Right? Okay,
Oh,
so
this illiterate Muppet.
the story of an underdog. Okay,
Rocky move over.
Rocky move over. Exactly. Okay, starts in a quiet town, West Virginia. Okay, and there's this kid of ultimate magnitude. Okay, sexy by the way, and
You did this, Tom. This is your fault.
yeah,
You know what? The people are tuning in. The views are there tonight.
If you guys want that information, 25 days. I'll drop it on the fans.
And you don't want to do OnlyFans. You know, our guest Wednesday night was Lorraine Lewis, who's on OnlyFans. You don't want to go there.
That was a joke. I promise you, Mom.
Yes, you should really, because we had Lorraine Lewis on it. I don't want to show her photo because she's on.
I'm quitting life.
Okay, well, speaking of people that
If
really
you
want
just announced for doing an OnlyFans, I'm out. I'm just
Lorraine
saying.
Lewis that's on OnlyFans. Please, everyone in our chat, subscribe to Lorraine Lewis's OnlyFans and don't tell her I said so. Because
unless do not just subscribe to it if you are underage, please.
No, please don't subscribe to yours. Lorraine Lewis's you can subscribe, but don't tell her I said so. Wyatt, you never won a championship. You don't need Freak Man. He's saying what he wanted to say was that he has a thing called Freak Math, and that the Freak Math is telling us that you're terrible.
You know what? If you could take your freak math all the way to West Virginia and you could try me, bro.
He's in North Dakota, so that might take him a day.
Exactly. He's scared.
That might take him, remember when Columbus discovered America? I think to get to North Dakota to West Virginia, that would be like...
Columbus did not discover America, and he was never in North America. He never stepped foot in this country.
I know. I just thought that we would have a good laugh at it. I'm not ever going on OnlyFans. Yeah, I would recommend. I'm not on OnlyFans, and neither should anybody else. But if Lorraine Lewis was here, she would say to download her information because she's a famous rock star, and she gets millions. But yeah, please keep it PG. We're a family station, and we really encourage only family-friendly talk on Sportswire Radio.
Can we talk about how smart your chat is and how everybody's telling this kid he's terrible? It's awesome.
Well, you know what? The people we're interested tonight.
It's a general consensus. Hey, I know, Tom, you don't like to talk about politics, but I think we can all agree it's a very divisive time. But we are all in agreement that you suck.
It's kind of like
it's a beautiful thing to see so many Americans coming together and agreeing that Wyatt Black is trash.
Well,
it's beautiful.
It's no King's Day came to Sportswire only 6 days later.
I'm dead because of you.
No King's Day came to Sportswire 6 days later.
I think it's beautiful.
There, but just saying we got that 6 days later here on Sportswire. And
I'm sorry. I know you like to stay away from the political stuff. I don't want to hijack your show.
No.
I feel like the world needs a little bit of hope right now.
You know what? Speaking of hope,
we do need hope. We need hope and change.
Let's hope that next weekend,
yes,
takes down Cease and Desist and Nate Steele.
Well, hopefully your next appearance on Sportswire will give people hope in you, because
you know what, I should make a flag of all three of us, all right, on a flag, and I should ship it to you so we can. Lorraine. We could have Lorraine Lewis sing the national anthem. The views would go up through the roof because every male here in this chat would be like, all of a sudden, their horns would go up for different reasons. That's the truth. We didn't mean anything.
I would make a flagpole joke, but you reminded us that it's a family-friendly show, so I'm not going to.
Hey, hold on. I'm going to do something for the bit, okay? Don't clip me, guys. for the bit, I'm going to do something, okay? This is for my younger audience that finds thing even
Hopefully not too younger audience here.
All right. This is the one time I'm doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. And anybody that clips me on it, I didn't do it. Okay.
I didn't do it.
Oh, he's gonna do the truffle shuffle, Tom.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Shuffle. No.
Don't do it.
Do the truffle shuffle.
6, 7. There, okay, I did it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going off the rails on Sportswire. Let's get to more comments. Comatose says, make Wyatt Black great again. That was tried already in this country. I don't even know about that. Ampo got suspended in Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots, but he's coming back, and let me tell you, he's coming back to Sportswire in a few weeks, and Ampo, just don't get him started. Comatose gave me the Tom in caps locks. I can't like Wyatt Black until he proves he can't beat my favorites. Her favorites are Justin Parsley, Soldier GP, her uncle, Ox McCoy, and Felix Jones, her cousin. I would love to see Eric X Black and Omen Black. Eric X Black with Pro Wrestling Doubles. I know Eric X Black very well. Man, it's wrestled in the Pennsylvania area, by the way. A man that has also wrestled in CZW. A man that has wrestled in places like GTS, among others. And I would love to see the Battle of the Blacks.
Love GTS.
Yeah, well, Eric X Blacks was on there, and he's coming back on next month. What's wrong with Brittany Storm? I guess, well, maybe Courtney's going to get turned into Wyatt Black here.
I can tell you what.
You know what? Can I answer this one for 500? You know, you were here yesterday in the chat, right? Well, you know, we were talking about the collective, and I compared Brittany Storm to like when Michael Jordan retired for the Chicago Bulls and they had Pete Myers playing for the Chicago Bulls. Brittany Storm is kind of like that version. I mean, you know, Brittany Storm is basically just that version of, well, the worst thing that could happen. I mean,
I know what's wrong with Brittany Storm. I know her injury. Okay, this is an insight from Wyatt Black News.
Inside, instead of inside the NBA, it's inside the WVWF with Wyatt Black. Okay. That's terrible.
Brittany Storm has a strained pelvis.
And someone please play Operation here for 500. But obviously, Wyatt Black doing his best version of Charles Barkley. That was terrible there for the audience.
Did Zilla just have a heel turn asking me that question?
I think Zilla was just trying to test the waters here. And speaking of people testing the waters.
If each member of the collective were organs, Brittany Storm would be the gallbladder. Completely removable, completely ineffective. She's garbage. She is a loser. Shut up, Wyatt. She lost 2 times to Slam and Sammy consecutively.
I know Slam and Sammy very
She
well.
lost that tag match with her and my step Samoan. She's a loser, and I'm going to sue her for throwing my crutches. That is a hate crime. She thinks I forgot about that. I did not.
That is discrimination, and that's a great reason why that Brittany Storm shouldn't be mentioned again for the rest of the evening. Yeah.
Favorite item right here, okay? It's pennies. You know, hey,
they won't exist much longer, so you might want to keep those as a memento.
They talk about making it rain, you know? We're making it fucking hail up in here, okay? Bam. Bam. Bam.
Sportswire After Dark. You got it.
So hard I crack the screen on his phone.
If I gotta walk to West Virginia just to beat you, so be it. You have at best a 10% chance at beating me because of the ego tax. Jeez, and we thought we had an estate tax in this country. We've got the ego tax now for 500.
Can we start a GoFundMe to get this guy's Uber to West Virginia?
Well, we might have to do that there. Also, no love for the faves, and the final chief would like to say hello. And also, furthermore, we run under freak rules, and if Showtime wants to sing the national anthem, so be it. I have a 500% chance of winning because I have Showtime, who's like 17'8", And damn, I might use that, Courtney. That was a bar. Yeah, Comatose drops some bars because he is a promo wrestling champion in multiple places, and he will be here Monday night. So you're giving him some tune-up music to warm up the Monday show. Coming off a cold, I hope you feel better. And yeah, listen to your elders, little Uso. Little Uso. Little Uso.
What am I? I'm not Jay. I'm not Jimmy. What am I? What's another J name? Josh Uso.
Well, you're certainly not Sammy, and you're not slamming, but we'll move on to the next comments. Yes, prayers toward Jade, yes, and her friend. And hello to Jago. Yeah, you know, Wyatt Black, I tell you what, I really, you were just, you know, we're praying because your friend is still in the hospital. That's why. But
of slamming,
yes.
I just want to point out that MMW show we had last week.
Yes, Mountain Mama Wrestling. Yes, all women's show. Mama Wrestling.
I saw Riku say Helen. You know, even though
now, Hype Man Dan Lasers yesterday said, "Why weren't you on the card?"
Because I'm not. You know, that's a Brock Hudson issue. That is not.
You take that up with Hype Man Dan Lasers because Hype Man Dan Lasers is going to see you across the apron next weekend in Parkersburg.
You say Helen. Take the funniest, the most devastating stink face that I have ever seen in my entire existence of life.
And if we have people here in this chat, cover your face if you see it or hear it.
Paris McQueen, she is a doll. Okay,
she is awesome.
She is very sweet. I've talked to her, spoken to her. She's very sweet. But I do want to say, after Riku St. Helen took that stink face, she was awfully very smiley afterwards. So I just want to say, maybe Riku St. Helen may want another match with Paris McQueen.
You know what? Well, listen, that may be something she'll have to answer, but right now she's not. Brock Hudson sounds like a genius for leaving you off the card. There's an obvious reason he left you off the card. Just say, but you blame Hype Man Dan Lasers for that because that was all Hype Man Dan Lasers last night. He's the one that said, why weren't you on that card? He's the one. Hype Man. By the way, and you pinned Hype Man Dan Lasers. You need to remind him that Friday.
I beat him.
You need to keep reminding him that Friday because I am sure he and the Rare Bird are going to fly in because obviously birds migrate from south and right now they're on their way somewhere important and they're going to, I'm sure, fly back to the chat next Friday and hear this.
And eat them. Eat them like Buffalo Wild Wings. I'm going to snap, barbecue them, put some sauce on the wings. I'm going to eat them. Nom, nom.
Okay, next comment. I'm sorry. Am I the only one that thinks that this kid looks like King?
How many times have I said that, Tom?
Dude, everyone says that.
And Omen Black wanted to say that on his platform, you continue to look like Temu Danny McBride. He continues to tell me that on Facebook Messenger. He doesn't even want to say that on his platform. He just wanted to respectfully tell me to tell you that. That's all. And Zach Clark has arrived. How you doing, Zach Clark? Speaking of people that are challenged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Courtney, we haven't really heard you talk much today. You wanna
I said plenty. You just don't listen.
You wanna say some closing statements because it's getting close to my bedtime here.
You do have your parents, right? Do they tell you that you're going to be grounded if you stay up past midnight, right?
I got a homecoming dance tomorrow.
Well, you've also got to do your homework, right? You got to do your chores, right? Do you get an allowance still?
No, I don't. We're too poor for that.
Well, you know what? Listen, don't feel too bad. I didn't get an allowance, and my bank account has a lot of zeros in it. But maybe you'll get there one day, maybe in the next life. But you want to say anything there, Wyatt, else to the audience? It also, by the way, you are getting people saying is it your bedtime yet? Is your bedtime 7 p.m.? Do you really go to bed at 7 o'clock on school nights?
No, I go to bed on school nights around like 1 o'clock.
PM? What's early? School.
You're so cool. You're so cool. 1 p.m.
Jago wants to say that you look like if Kyle Shelby, the old Wrestling Matters champion, and James Taylor had a son. God help us if those two had a son. And James Taylor's pretty old. I mean, James Taylor could be your father, maybe even your great grandfather.
So, okay, you're talking about closing statements, right? Is that what we're doing?
No, we can keep going. I mean, the chat loves talking to you. I mean, we can keep going. I mean, is it past your bedtime yet, though? That's what people want to know.
I'm a little sleepy, you know. Courtney's been boring me the entire.
No, the chat seems to be. They seem to be highly enthused tonight. There are a lot of people
How are you
here.
saying that to me when I was asked personally to be on here to make you more interesting?
Well, you were definitely made interesting tonight. I don't know if it is the interesting thing you would have wanted to have been.
I got really bad itch on my eyebrow, you know.
This, ladies and gentlemen, this is the definition of the
Are
life
you
of a
trying to feel
showgirl.
like the
This is
only
the life
facial
of a
hair you can
showgirl.
grow?
And Wyatt Black,
Is that what
this
you're
is
doing?
exactly the life of a showgirl here.
Come on.
And also, the psychotic freak wants to say, correction, we are having fun poking at him.
Come on.
See?
That's by 1,000 cuts.
We're all healing. This is beautiful right now.
That's what friends are for, some would say. Well, but although Courtney has said you don't have any friends. Do you have friends, Wyatt?
You know what I got for you, Courtney? Fuck Kool-Aid packet.
Do they still have
Please
those?
crack your phone. That will send the biggest message to me. That will show me, you know, please crack your phone.
Courtney, and by the way, Courtney is more interesting than whatever Wyatt is trying to be. Yes, the chat seems to, and they don't have no problem with Courtney. The chat's been fine with Courtney the entire evening, the last hour. I mean,
I am a delight. I am the least problematic person in wrestling.
We love having you on here. We love having you here.
I don't.
But don't ask the chat how they feel about you.
I hate you, Courtney.
I'm a delight. I am the least problematic person in wrestling. I don't get into fights with people. I am beloved. I am intelligent. I am funny. I am pretty.
My two favorite women all time on Sportswire are you and Lorraine Lewis, both tied. Just saying.
I wonder why Lorraine Lewis is your favorite, Tom.
Because she's a rock singer that has millions of followers, and we are very honored to have been featured on blabbermouth.net. You're welcome, the controversy king Wyatt Black. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. We get mainstream news on sports. Right? Welcome, Wyatt, to the mainstream media here. We are actually a part of the mainstream media. And also, Zilla thought you were 18, but maybe she got it. You mixed up with maybe somebody else that comes on here. I don't know. But do you want to say anything else, Wyatt, to the audience? Obviously, you know, maybe next Friday will be different when you talk about cease and desist. Maybe when you talk about Dave Jameson or Daniel Tafura.
Stop talking about Dave Jameson.
You know what? I'm not going to talk about Dave Jameson.
No?
I know what I'm going to talk about. With my adolescence coming to a close, with the
and we love Courtney on here, by the way. We do. We love Courtney.
Going on, I've realized WWF, while it is my home, is not the only company that I can work for now. So I'm saying this now. Anybody that is in the West Virginia wrestling scene, the Ohio wrestling scene, hell, the Pennsylvania wrestling scene, the Controversy King is looking to literally go anywhere and conquer anywhere.
So that could be any place. That could be Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots, but we know the chances of you in Pro Wrestling Cheap Shots. They've already got William Renee, so you probably don't have much of a chance there at the moment. Although Dax Preacher is going there, so who knows? SCWA. How about SCWA maybe?
OVW. I mean, what are we doing?
Actually, you know what's funny about OVW? I'm friends with a guy that wrestles for OVW to get bundles. I could tell to get bundles about you, but something tells me to get bundles might look at me with four heads. But I'll tell him. I'll put in a good word for you to get bundles.
To get knows me. To get trained me for like the first 3-4 months that I was wrestling.
Would he remember you?
Probably not. But
that's why I had to bring it up in that way.
But no, I mean, I'll go anywhere.
I'll tell you what. I will call Mr. Bundles and I will ask Mr. Bundles if you could show up in OVW. Now, if he does tell you that you may have to set up the ring and be a part of ring crew, he might potentially take you up on that offer. I'm sure.
Pay your dues.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever. But
I'll let Mr. The Bundles know. OVW, maybe SCWA. Yeah,
maybe I'll go anywhere. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll go anywhere. You know, and people may not like me around PA. People may
SCW.
around PA, but I'll wrestle anywhere. I don't care who.
All-Star Wrestling. Godrick's at All-Star Wrestling tomorrow, but he's an All-Star. Godrick's an All-Star.
Yeah, he's at legend. What is it?
Well, we had the poster. It's All-Star Wrestling. We had the poster.
Yeah, no. What is it? I know that it's Corey Graves' dad's company.
Yeah, it's tomorrow in Willowdale.
White Oak. It's in White Oak, PA, which is like 20 minutes from me. I am so excited that I don't have to drive like 4 hours to see Godric Sandwell perform.
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord that you don't have to drive.
I just want to say I have the coolest piece of wrestling merchandise ever made.
Oh, yeah?
That is a Godric Sandwell bookmark.
Not the Godric.
Wow.
I have a Godric Sandwell bookmark.
Get those.
Wow.
Look at that.
You know what? Have a bookmark? That's pretty cool. I mean, that's
there it is.
Hey, Tom, before we
and that's the poster for All-Star. Well, it says All-Star Wrestling on there, but it's tomorrow. It's like you said at the White Oak Athletic Association. Open.
It's a really nice building.
Pros of Wrestling. You're correct. Pros of Wrestling.
Okay.
And Godric on the poster. There you go. And it'll be at the White Oak Athletic Association in White Oak, Pennsylvania. Bell time 7:30 Eastern, and Godric will be there in action. And Godric is back on here 1 month from Sunday to talk about that. So
I'm gonna be there to help that bulk nasty guy because he can't read.
Well, I may need help reading. Yeah, but
he
that'll be good.
Eating.
Tom, can we plug the YouTube channel real quick?
Yes, we can do that. You know what? You got so many people here in the chat. If you're here right now, you got to do me a favor. Go hit the sub button for Wyatt Black. Yes, because he's been here. He has been so gracious with his time, and he puts up a lot of matches from his stuff in the WWF. And I need people to do me a favor. I need them to hit that sub button for me for Wyatt Black. I need them to sub, tell your friends, tell their friends, because the biggest draw for us right now tonight is Wyatt Black and Courtney Wood. But every time you can go out there and hit that notification, you're going to get all the Wyatt Black footage you need, all those big moments, all those big wins, everything he's done in his amazing journey. And that's why we're also celebrating and honoring the legendary Wyatt Black here. November 20th, he gets a standalone moment. We are honoring this young man, and we're going to thank him for everything he has done. We're giving him a birthday celebration. And if you're here in this chat November 20th, come on down, join the conversation, wish Wyatt Black a happy birthday, salute him for everything he's done for this great sport, salute him for everything he's done as one of the greatest wrestlers in West Virginia history, one of the youngest champions in wrestling history, and a man that has shown that he lives up to the standards as one of those must-see personalities on Sportswire. And you just got 2 subscriptions tonight. Let's see, 3! You got 3 subs tonight! Everybody, come on down. Hit that sub button for me. Do it. Just do it. You all supported me. You've supported me. You got me to the mainstream media. Help this young child. Help him. Give him an early birthday gift. Listen, he doesn't get an allowance. He's not like me with several zeros to his name. Go out there and help this young man. I mean, we all care about make a wish. Make a wish tonight on Sportswire. Get this man a subscription. This is my doing for your community here.
Tom, so I just want to say 2 things. Okay. First off, this YouTube channel, I post almost all of my matches. I'm still posting ones from back like
another sub. You got 4 subs just now in 10 seconds. Congratulations there. You're welcome, Wyatt Black. You're welcome.
I also want to say match in there that is a never before seen footage of a triple threat in a certain company that we'll never talk about.
Well, then I mean I'm not showing it. Then I got you. Thank you. You're welcome.
And who
and you're a great actor. Why did you take drama class tonight or what?
Yes. You know what? I was Ralphie in our story
No, stop it.
in high school.
Stop it. But
Okay.
hit the sub button, everybody in this chat. Hit the sub button for us. We really appreciate that.
Second thing, for y'all who are telling me that I suck and that I'm a shitty wrestler and yada yada yada.
They seem to love you. I think people are having fun with you. You know what? People, you got 4 subs just now. People, they appreciate you being here. They love Courtney. Everybody does love Courtney in the chat. Courtney is one of our favorites, and we're honoring you, Wyatt. You know, we're celebrating you on November 20th, you know, for obviously being the greatest Wyatt to have ever come on to Sportswire Radio. You know, definitely the greatest Wyatt who's ever been here on this platform. And just please support this young man. Obviously, it's a Make-A-Wish episode here, and we've definitely done that and some.
What are you doing, Tom?
And you just got another sub. Thank you, Il Drago. Thank you, my Samoan dragon, my high chief. Yes, but thank you. Courtney, would you like to say any final words?
I cannot wait for my step Samoan Tafua to take down Il Drago for that.
Well, he gave him a sub.
This is ridiculous. This is the most absurd nonsense I've ever seen in my life.
We got 4 subs. The chat, they liked him enough that deep down they gave him.
I thought being a reverend, you weren't allowed to lie.
Well, I'm just
like,
saying.
I'm confused.
I think you're funny. You know, people are having fun. I think your personality can take you a long way if you put it to the right use. People, they liked it. We had fun. Thank you. And Jade sub. Thank you, Jade. And yeah, people, we had fun tonight. Obviously, everybody was a winner tonight in this debate. Courtney was a winner. Wyatt was a winner. He got some new fans. We won tonight because we all got to be together with our wonderful family here on Sportswire, our community that we all are a part of. And I do want to thank one more time everybody for granting us the opportunity to be in blabbermouth.net with, again, Lorraine Lewis. Don't look at the picture. Just read the article. But we thank everybody for their support and getting us there. And, yeah, 1 million viewers. Yeah, we had 1.6 million followers, and I don't know how many read it since. But check the article, read it, and we're very honored to be back in the mainstream media. And Jade said she just wanted to help you out, and we all help each other out. We all win when we help each other out. And, by the way, subscribe to the WVWF. Please support the WVWF on Facebook, on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, although YouTube hasn't really been updated much. So, I mean, I could plug the YouTube channel, but, you know, there's much to do there. So, you want to say any final words, Courtney? Courtney is definitely an OG. That's why we love Courtney on here. Courtney is just, she's as bad as she wants to be. Courtney is amazing.
I knew this was going to be bad. I just didn't realize it was going to be this bad.
I don't think it was that bad at all.
I just want to know why you hate me, Tom.
Courtney, I told you, you and Lorraine Lewis are my 2 favorite women to have ever come on the Sportswire. Both tied. You and her are tied for first, and you've had more appearances than her, so you were definitely first. You're tied for first.
You're just saying that now because I'm in a bad mood.
No, you've been here like how many times?
I respect that.
What's that?
It's smart of you. I respect that, but
no, you.
This has just been the most absurd nonsense.
No, you are a true journalist, a shrewd journalist, and we love having you on here. And I always tell people all the time, I would love to pass the baton to you, and I'm ready to announce my retirement. And I would love to still let you take over for me. So you know, you're always welcome to take over. You know, you can be in the mainstream media instead.
No, because if she takes over, I will never get a spot on the show again.
Exactly.
No, never bring you on. You're contractually obligated, so you have a lifetime contract to come on Sportswire.
Courtney will end that contract.
You and William Renee have lifetime contracts.
Tom, what the hell?
Officially, Courtney has resigned.
You remember the episode on Raw? Shawn Michaels lost his smile. Well, that's kind of one of those moments. But
what
also,
the hell, Tom?
To say that Wyatt Black does not suck. And also, Comatose said you are a very smart and insightful woman. You're very strong-willed, and you stand on business. Since the first day you came on here, I've loved your personality. See?
Thank you.
And we have phenomenal chemistry, by the way. I mean, I think we have great chemistry, Courtney. I think we have, you know, a lot of chemistry
Yeah,
together.
you're not the problem. It's the other one.
I'm not the problem either.
Well, you know, all right. Well, Wyatt's getting tired. I think we've got the point. Courtney is going to, well, let's just say she's going to lose her smile, and we don't want to turn that here for the rest of the show. But we want to thank everybody. Boy, I hope that the badass Bert Huffman will follow this up tomorrow. Also, the High Chief knows what it is. The final chief is from the Shaple. We fear nothing, but shout out to the Samoan Nightmare, Daniel Tafua. And yes, from one Samoan to another. You can see what I can see, to famously quote a Heavy D lyric. But yeah, that's way before Wyatt's time. So we got nothing but love for everybody
That's
here.
true.
We've definitely found everybody here tonight, and definitely, Wyatt, don't have any black coffee, and put some milk in it if you do. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And that is the Controversy King, Wyatt Black, who's about to go to bed. He's tired. It's near his bedtime. Courtney Wood is from the WWF. Also, she writes for the Pro Wrestling Wire. You can catch her on Slam Wrestling, the legendary Slam Wrestling website. Oh, by the way, some guy Bret Hart wrote on there. Yeah, some guy there. She does a better job than him, because at this point he'll just talk about the screw job all the time. So Courtney writes
Or
about
Goldberg. They'll talk about the screw job or Goldberg.
and Courtney's more relevant, because all Bret talks about these days is the screw job and Goldberg. So the kick and then Triple H, and then if he didn't marry Stephanie, he wouldn't be in WWE. But Courtney will always be on Sportswire. Hopefully she wants to keep coming on, and she does a better job at writing now these days for Slam Wrestling than Bret does now. But enough about that. Yeah, and Comatose is here Monday night, by the way. He's here 11 o'clock Eastern time. Be there for that. And for Il Drago, Sean Jovi's here Thursday night, and that might be an anticipated episode to the degree of this one. But thank you, everybody. Wyatt's got to go. Courtney's going to strangle me, literally, and that means it's time for me to get the hook, as they say famously in stand-up comedy. But my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally, with all music and wrestling matters. If you're here on Sports Radio, sub to Wyatt Black's YouTube channel. He's got a birthday coming up, and follow Courtney on Facebook. Give her a friend request, Courtney Wood. Just don't reference this episode, and check out the West Virginia Wrestling Federation on Facebook. And yeah, Sean Jovi will be here. But until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one Global Radio, into the Sportswire Radio, where all music and wrestling matters.